Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to cover all of the best cards in all of the different price ranges in Hockey Ultimate Team. So whether you're just starting out and you have under 10,000 coins, whether you've somehow packed someone god tiered and made 100, I'm going to give you some options early on that are really good values and that you should be on the hunt for in NHL 22, specifically at launch of the game. Now I need to make this clear. There's 4 separate consoles and markets. I'm going to be using PlayStation 5. In most cases, they're going to settle in around the same cost. But again, you need to take it with a grain of salt because just the reality of the situation. We've got 4 separate consoles and that's just how it goes. Guys, I'm going to be doing a Budget Beast TikTok series where I release just some cards, a lot of them that are super cheap on TikTok. A full long list. I found about 15 that I think at launch are going to be phenomenal. So make sure you follow me on TikTok. That'll be released in the mornings, probably on Mondays and Wednesdays. So just be on the lookout for that. All right, guys, let's get into the video. Okay, guys, we will kick things off with the Pittsburgh Penguins. 81 overall, Kasperi Kapanen, 6-1 with Bombarded. All probably not going to be activated. Bombarded isn't amazing early on, but still not a bad one, especially if you can get it activated. That being said, 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 85 agility. That alone is just super good value. His shot is absolutely trash, but for only 8,000 coins early on, 90 speed is insanely valuable. So I would go out and this would be one of the first buys when I'm making a free-to-play team, or even just you're starting out in the game. That's a good cost for this card. 90 on the wings is actually insanely valuable, so just be on the lookout for this one. Bombarded, if you do get it activated, makes his slap shot pretty deadly. His shot isn't very good at all. I'm not going to try and trick you into saying it's decent, but the speed is incredible, and again, there isn't very many players that have 90 speed at launch of the game. Next, we've got from the Florida Panthers, the 80 overall, Anthony Duclair. He's going for about 4,000 coins, 89 speed, 89 acceleration, and his shot is a little bit better than Kasperi Kapanen. Same situation, he has Bombarded, so you could get both and be on your way to getting that synergy activated. Again, very, very fast card with a little bit better shot than Kapanen, and at half the price too. You really can't go wrong with the Florida Panthers Anthony Duclair. I do need to mention that these cards can be used in the team builder set, so that might inflate their value even more. Make sure when you're going to cash those cards in these ones, like if you're doing the Panthers team builder set or the Pittsburgh Penguins team builder set, make sure you're not cashing in these ones because they have more value than some of the random 80 overalls. So because these cards are actually pretty good and they will be sought after a little bit more than your normal base card. Next, from the Winnipeg Jets, we've got the 82 overall Nikolai Ehlers going for just under 7,000 coins. He's got 89 speed, 89 acceleration, and a much better shot than Kapanen and Duclair. Also has Applesauce, which is one of my favorite synergies for forwards. It gives you wrist shot accuracy, hand-eye, and passing, as well as stick checking. Those are 4 important stats for forwards, so he kind of checks off a lot of boxes there. And again, great skating, under 10,000 coins. This is one of those budget cards early on that you're going to want to go after. On defense, under 10,000 coins, we've got the 82 Seth Jones. I think something that's become overlooked is that some of these base cards that go into X Factors, people aren't realizing the cost that they should actually go for. Like, they're looking at the upgrade cost and they're saying, oh, it's got to be at least cheaper than that because no one's going to buy it because you can just do the upgrade cost for coins. Here's the thing, that Seth Jones is actually a very good card on its own, and we're going to see some other ones as well in the other tiers where you can get some nice steals getting their base card and just avoiding the X factor altogether. So the 82 Seth Jones comes with 86 speed, 85 acceleration, which is fine for defenseman, but he's 6'4". That is great size on the back end, and shutdown is one of the best zone abilities and superstar abilities that you can get because the cost is so low, and it is something that you can use on every single rush. It is an amazing one that I have found so far, and honestly, one of my favorite. It's very, very good. His shot, the slap shot power is at 84. That's nothing very crazy, and Heart and Soul is not very good. You're not going to activate it, but nonetheless, this card for going for 5,000 coins is a definite value, and if you're free to play, would be one of the best defensemen that you can go out and grab. Next on defense, from the Carolina Hurricanes, we've got the 6'2" Jake Gardiner with Bombarded. Honestly, if you get him, Duclair, and Kapanen, you almost have Bombarded activated alone. 87 speed, 87 acceleration, 84 agility, and he's 6'2" with 82 body checking. That's a very well-rounded defenseman, and you can grab him for 3,000 coins. Everyone is forgetting about Jake. Go out and grab him. That's a crazy value. I'm not big on recommending goalies, but for under 10,000 coins, you want a cheap goaltender, go out and get the 81 Jake Ottinger. He doesn't have a lot of value because this card can't go into the Dallas Stars team builder set because he's technically a Texas Star, but 6'5" with 83 speed, not bad at all. And Workhorse is a synergy that you could probably activate, and it's not useless. So this would be one that I would go after. Also has 70 aggression. I'm going to talk about this in my goaltender video, but under 80 aggression is very good, especially on 6'5". This is a really good starting goaltender. And again, 3,000 coins, good value. All right, moving on up to about 15,000 coins. You're looking at the 83 of Evgeny Kuznetsov with Gladiator, 91 speed and acceleration, 89 agility. He's going for 14,000 coins. And I don't know why. 85 shot across the board, hand stats all at 85. This is one of the best wingers for under, 50K. This is a definite buy when everyone opens up packs. Because he has no use in terms of in X factors or anything like that, he's going to be overlooked. Make sure you go out and grab him. He's a great, great buy. Our next forward for about 15,000 coins is the 83 Dylan Larkin with Gladiator. 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 85 agility. Shot is not very good, I'm not going to lie, but again, that speed is extremely valuable. I'd probably rather have, Kasperi Kapanen for half the price, or even Duclair for 1/3 of the price, but nonetheless, the 83 Dylan Larkin is very good early on for sure. Moving on to the under 50,000 coin bucket, we've got the 84 Quinn Hughes. I've been using this card, really enjoyed him. Again, 90 speed on the back end is very rare. There is very few cards that have that. In his own zone, he's not very good. I'm not going to lie, 5'10", 76 body checking. He has a hard time getting the puck back, but if you pair him with someone like X Factor, John Carlson, for example, you're laughing. He's got a decent shot. Again, defensemen early on have really low accuracy on their slap shot for the most part, so finding anyone above 80, again, very valuable. Booming shot is nice if you can get it activated. It really helps out this card specifically, which I do like, but if you can't activate it, that's fine. He's going for about 30,000 coins. A really good non-X Factor defenseman, and honestly, early on, there's not many of them. Next, for about 40,000 coins, we've got the 83 Taylor Hall. This is kind of at the height I would go out and grab him for. I think he is going to shoot up even more in price. Taylor Hall is one of the most sought after early on cards because he's got 90 speed and his wrist shot and slap shot are in the mid 80s. Like, it's a very good, well-rounded card. I love Thief, especially on this card. It helps out defensive awareness, stick checking, and shot power. I love Thief in general. I've been using him, and he is noticeably fast. But I wouldn't go anything more above 50 because, honestly, you could have, Kuznetsov for a fraction of the price, and I think that might be a bit better value than this, but at 40K, Taylor Hall is still a good buy. I want to mention, guys, he is in that 80 to 83 range, so if you are doing the Boston Bruins team builder set, do not cash in him into the set. Make sure you sell him and go find a cheaper 80 to 83 Boston Bruins. Now, on defense, there really isn't a lot of great buys early on in the game. Like I mentioned, it's very hard to find a defenseman that can skate well, has okay size, and has a good shot, or at least two of the three. And honestly, outside of the budget guys that we talked about, like Hughes and Seth Jones and Gardiner, OEL, the 82 base OEL, is a good option as well. The only other one I would mention is maybe this team of the week, John Carlson, but even then, I don't know if I would do that purchase because I think that he's not really going to have that much of a value right here. He doesn't have that much of a value going forward. He will drop quite quickly. But if he falls to like 20,000 coins, again, a lot of people are just going to go for the X Factor and just completely forget about the team of the week. At a certain point, it is a decent value because of how big and how decent of a skater is with a good shot. So just keep that in mind. But after those budget guys on defense, I really wouldn't spend any more coins. There isn't a lot of guys that have good value early on in the game. That's why when I talk about, the X Factors and those team builder sets, those defensemen have more value because there is so few very good defensemen as opposed to forwards where you could fill your lineup with like 70 different options. So just keep that in mind. Not a lot of great defensemen early on. All right, guys, so the 50 to 100,000 coin bracket, we've got the 86 David Pasternak, and this is kind of what I thought was going to happen. People are so hyper-focused on the X Factors, they're not actually paying attention to the real card. Right now, as it stands, the time of this video, he's going for like 65,000 coins, which is kind of mind-boggling to me because his actual final form, final tier is about 90,000 or the base card. I have a feeling that it'll settle in around 75 to 80. People aren't realizing that that card, the value on that card is exceptional. Even if you can't upgrade him, like you don't have his X factor, the base Pasternak for like under 100,000 coins at 91 speed, 91 acceleration, 92 wrist shot accuracy, and all of his hand stats above 90 is wild. You need to be on the lookout. A lot of people are just seeing that, okay, his base card goes for 90, he has to go for less. That's not the case at all. McDavid, I mean, that's a perfect example. McDavid's final tier is 125,000 coins. There's no way that his base card is worth anything less than probably about 200. That card is incredible, and Pasternak is another example of that. I think his card is worth far more than 90,000 coins, in all honesty, early on, but because everyone's so locked into the X factors, they're like, okay, that final tier is 90K, he's got to be cheaper than that. Not the case. So David Pasternak, for anything under like, anything under 90 is great, but honestly, anything under 70 is insane. And then you've also got our Temmie Panarin, very, very similar, same situation, almost about 70K right now in the market. 90K is his X Factor tier that uses his base card. And again, just another card that's worth more than that, and I think people are just getting locked in. They're not realizing that. So another thing I will say is that these cards will not go down drastically in value. You have to remember that that base card is going to be the tier to get the master set portion of X Factors. And even though that, let's say in 3 months when, the tiers and X Factors are up into the low 90s, you're still at some point, if you're upgrading a card from the very bottom, which you have to, you can't just start with an 82 overall X Factor. You have to use the base card at some point. So it's very safe to go out and use these. And then if you pack the untradeable X Factor or you get them in a choice pack, you're laughing. So these high-end cards, the X Factor base cards, are 100% something you need to watch out for, especially early on. All right, guys, so I hope that helps. Again, I will have a full budget build on TikTok going over some really good cards that are going for extremely cheap. And if you find that helpful, make sure you follow me on TikTok. Link is down below, or just go check out No Sleeves 12 on TikTok. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and give the video a like if you did enjoy it. I will see you next time. Have a good one.